What is up, everybody, and welcome to another video. In today's video, we are once again at the place that you think we are, because as someone said in the comments of the last video, Pontoon Brewing has single-handedly been carrying the Will Hirsch Flips channel for like a month or so at this point, so thanks, Pontoon. Anyways, there's actually a good reason that I'm here. This place just so happens to be a very good meeting point for me and Brandon when we need to work on different things, and so it just so happens to be a nice place that we can come and hang out and talk about ideas for the channel or anything like that. But that's not important right now. Instead, what is important is that I have something to show you from a very interesting Balisong manufacturer that you know as LDY. This is the Cygnus. Whoa! This is the Cygnus. It is a very, very interesting Balisong. We can go ahead and pull this guy out right here. This is a lie, by the way. I'm not unboxing this for the first time. I absolutely have already unboxed this thing because, like, look at it. How could I not? I'm just gonna be honest. Like, also the purple matches my Tsunami. How nice is that? I really like it. This thing is insane. This is a really, really, really impressive Balisong, and I mean all of those reallys very literally. There's a lot of detail, a lot going on here, and honestly, me and Brandon have decided that this is worthy of a full review on the main channel, so we will, in fact, be producing that at some point. But for now, I want to go over my thoughts on the product, why I like it so much, and why I find it to be such a good example of a Balisong. So, a few things. First of all, this is a sandwich construction titanium and G10 Balisong, which is currently relatively rare. Titanium and G10 construction is old at this point and has been done a lot. However, this is a very new implementation of that style. The titanium and G10 construction of the Cygnus is interesting because the titanium, and it's really not scales, it is liners. Like, this is the scale, the entire top part of it is one solid sheet of titanium. So it's not like a G10 scale and a liner. Instead, what you have going on is this weird interweaving of the G10 and the titanium coming in and out of one another. And that means that the construction of this Balisong is extremely weird, extremely complicated, and extremely interesting. Some of the things you'll notice, for instance, is that at the top it is fully G10, so you have G10 on top of what looks like regular titanium liners. And this is just the normal kind of construction. This is the same kind of thing that you're going to see on the BRS replicant. Wow, thanks, Brain. Underneath that, you start to get into that G10 goes away, and you have titanium on the side where the G10 gets smaller, and then it replaces itself where the titanium moves to the middle, and then the G10 is on the side, and then near the end it goes back, and now you have titanium on the sides and all around with a little bit of G10 going into those screws there, and then titanium spacers to kind of round everything out. This thing is just incredible. I'm going to be totally honest from the get-go. This is a really, really impressive Balisong. I am blown away with the level of technology that I'm seeing introduced in this Balisong. This is obviously very high quality. Like, it seems like 5-axis CNC machining, so it's really, really nice quality machining. This is a really, really, really nice quality Balisong with a lot going on. The anodization is beautiful. The G10 feels incredible out of the box. It's very nice G10. It has a good roughness that gives it a lot of grip, but it's not too much in any particular way, and so it's a very nice G10 experience, and I really enjoy that. And so, yeah, this thing is just really impressive to me for all of those reasons. Also, this is the blade that came on mine. I believe this is the older blade, but actually I utterly adore it. It's got this beautiful buoy profile with a little bit of a recurve, and then it's got this sort of hollow grind right before the swedge that just looks beautiful. I really, really love the grind on this Balisong, and I am enamored with the look of it. It also has a tip to put Jerry home to shame. This is a extremely terrifying tip on this Balisong. If you fuck up an aerial, that's going to go deep into your hands. So, you know, that's always fun. But this is all kind of coming back to the fact that I'm just in general very impressed with what LDY has been doing. Their Balisongs kind of came out of nowhere, and their designs have only gotten better and better and better until this, where I would honestly consider this to maybe even be one of the most impressive Balisongs I've ever seen, and I don't mean that lightly. I am really blown away with this thing, and I'm gonna have to spend more time with it to really make sure I get my thoughts correctly, but I'm gonna be honest, the balance and performance of this thing while flipping is really top tier. It is some next level stuff that I'm experiencing with this Balisong. The balance is perfect. It holds chaplains like no other. It'll easily go into aerials. It'll easily go into all sorts of chaplains. It can hold a thumb chaplain on it really easily. Like, at no point do I feel like this thing is fighting anything I'm trying to tell it to do. It is probably one of the best flipping Balisongs I've ever played with, and I am just blown away by that fact. On top of that, something that I think is really interesting is just the level of thought that was put into this design, because of course it's very cool, it's a very neat design, but at the same time it serves an incredible amount of functionality, right? So let's look at something here. This G10, how does it actually work? Well, you'll notice at the top it kind of goes around the edge, so that's to hold in the G10 most likely. And then it dips in and is replaced with titanium along the side. And you'll notice the specific spot where most of this titanium is where your fingers are going to be gripping during fans. Now there are some cutouts here to add to that grip on the face, but on the sides it's nice and smooth titanium. And the other reason for that is that that's exactly where your finger is going to rest during chaplains. And so the titanium in that area is giving you the best of both worlds. It's giving you the grip of G10 where you need it, but the feeling of titanium against your finger where you don't want that grip. Same thing happens in the middle. It turns back into G10. So now you've got this nice hole in the middle, which is, once again, just a lot of grip that you get from that. The G10 on the outside is amazing for ladders. That makes this thing a fantastic laddering Balisong that I'm honestly very impressed with. Oh, that was a spicy meatball. God damn. I think I may have got with the tip a little bit there. Ooh. Oh yeah, it scratched me. But yeah, this thing is a incredible Balisong for laddering as well. If I was a better ladderer, then I would enjoy it more most likely. But I can do the Andre. Me too, buddy. I can do the Andre Infinity Ladder and then go into an aerial on that. That could be nice. Yeah. You see? So yeah, it's impressive. The G10 finish, I really like what they've done here in terms of like machining it in a very specific way to give it this sort of rough finish, but it's still very smooth to the touch. It feels really nice in the hand. And then finally, at the very end, you have this bit of jimping, but you also go back to titanium for stuff like choker fans. This feels fantastic in the hand during choker fans and stuff like that because of that extra bit of titanium near the end. So honestly, the only thing that I don't like about it is that every once in a while I feel like it could use a little bit more of a handle bias, but like, it's such a minor gripe that I don't think it actually matters in any significant way. This thing is just utterly impressive. It is genuinely one of the best Balisongs I've probably ever flipped, and I am really, really impressed with what LDY has been cooking up. Oh, actually, my only major complaint with this thing, the only thing that I'd really like to see changed if there is like a version 2 that happens later. And as I said, we're gonna be doing a full review on this thing. There'll be a bunch of pretty B-roll of it just because it's gorgeous. We actually have another version of the blade and the trainer blade to all try, so we're gonna get some of our thoughts down there. But all of this comes back to it's very good. Only complaint, the Zen pin screws stick up a lot from the side of the blade. You can see how much those Zen pin screws stick up. I'm not a fan of that. I wish, honestly, if there weren't Zen pin screws at all, that would be even better. I would really love to see this design just without Zen pin screws, like it was just the Zen pins were floating in there, and when you screw it together like they were hidden, that would be awesome. But for now, it still does an incredible job. It performs really well. I haven't had the Zen pins backing out on me at all, which is very good, but because they sit so proudly of the handle, I can feel them while I'm manipulating the Balisong, and honestly, I'm just not a fan of how they feel when I'm doing some of the specific manipulations that I do on a regular basis. I'm just not really enjoying that experience, and you know, that's not a terrible thing, but it could be better, and I would like it to be better. So yeah, that's just my thoughts on the Cygnus, and to be fair, they're all pretty damn good thoughts. This is, as I said, genuinely one of the most impressive Balisongs I've probably ever touched, and I don't say that lightly, and especially now, like, I can't believe that a company has come up with something this original, interweaving the G10 and the titanium. Something to note about this, and this is something that they actually told me as a warning, like, hey, if you take it apart, be careful, because if you try to just pull the G10 straight out of the titanium, it's interweaved in there in such a specific way that it can snap. Like this stuff at the end, you got to be really careful not to break the G10, because it's very brittle, and at the points where it gets thinner, if you're going to be taking apart the Balisong, honestly, you should kind of treat the scales as one whole thing that's the same instead of treating it as G10 and titanium. Honestly, I wouldn't ever take them apart. You can, but you got to be very careful about it. Other thing to note about this guy is that it's expensive, but not that expensive. It's like $450-ish, I believe, which is, in my opinion, crazy good for a Balisong of this quality. Like, this is super high quality, and look what you get in the box along with it, right? Because that's obviously going to be a big deal in something like this. You get a beautiful trainer blade. I haven't tried installing this on the Balisong. The one thing I would like to see is when Maxace sends out their trainer blades, they send it with the hardware included already in the trainer blade, and this is because in that trainer blade they have fitted the bushings to the trainer blade. If you take the bushings out of this blade and put them onto this blade, there's no guarantee that they're going to work perfectly, and so that can be a little frustrating. I wish they had pre-included the hardware installed into this blade, but other than that, the blade is extremely nice, extremely well made, and I think it will look beautiful replacing this blade. But then, on top of that, you get some other goodies on this side. For instance, lovely LDY Balisong card. LDY has just blown up recently in terms of their quality. It's so cool. Lots of LDY Balisong band-aids, which I could use for my scratch probably. And then there's a really nice microfiber cleaning cloth in there as well. So you get some pretty neat additions, and one of the most impressive things is this little box that I kind of glassed over a second ago. Look at this. This is a full suite of replacement hardware. And I know that doesn't sound too crazy to anybody. It's like, yeah, of course it's a full suite of replacement hardware. It's a Chinese company, like they would include that. But here's the thing, you will notice all of this hardware is a beautiful sort of blue patina. That means that this is all titanium hardware. This hardware is only slightly, but even so, it is slightly more expensive, and yet you are getting a full suite of replacement hardware for the entire Balisong made of titanium. This is all really nice hardware that they're giving you for free with your Balisong. Like, that's just a really cool improvement. That's the kind of thing that I would like to see the Squid Industries tsunami coming with out of the box, right? Like, I love that addition. A lot of people, I think, sort of don't want to compromise the unboxing process for a nicer Balisong like this by including some of those extra things like the hardware, but personally for me, I think it's super necessary and leads to someone having a really, really good end user experience with your Balisongs. And so I love seeing that done, and I really appreciate that kind of thing happening, because I think it's extremely important for that to be done in good ways. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the Cygnus. This is a bit of a long one, but I really, really enjoy this Balisong. I'm really impressed with it. And yeah, I hope you all are as well. So once again, thank you so much to LDY for sending this thing out. There will be a full review coming, but believe me, it'll be a hot minute until we can get to it because we are very busy with how much we have booked already. But yes, that's the Cygnus by LDY. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this, a little bit of an in-depth look into a product that I absolutely adore. So thank you, LDY, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.